Welcome everyone to Bali.
Yeah, welcome to our new home for the next 2 weeks. We already spent 4 days here by now.
It's a few
so
days.
Yeah, we're finally finding some time to catch you up on what's going on and what happened so far. So we thought we're just gonna do that. Maybe let's just start from the beginning, because the last time we filmed properly was in Kuala Lumpur, and we didn't really tell you how we got here or how it was like getting into Bali, and that was probably partially the reason why I didn't have the best first impression on us again.
So we flew with AirAsia, and the night before we packed, but AirAsia have really strict, seemingly strict, and everything that we googled said that they're super strict. They weigh your bags before you even go through like security or anything like that.
So what you're trying to say is they're really strict on hand luggage.
Yeah, that's it.
So they have, we booked like an extra 5 kilos, which was €7 for the both of our suitcases, which wasn't a big deal at all, because we knew we're gonna have a bit more stuff going on right now, and then we're trying to get rid of some stuff at the end of our stay in Bali and ship some souvenirs home and everything. So we had like 25 kilos each for our suitcases, which is perfectly fine, but it's more the hand luggage, because as we're doing videos and pictures now, we have quite a lot of camera gear. We both have a laptop, and we have a few personal items like journals and stuff, and that's all things that I'm not going to put in any suitcase just in case it gets lost.
So we were up until gone midnight, stressing, weighing. We've got a little scale, portable scale things to try.
Yeah, we're like trying to distribute things a bit better. We had a strategy how to get our hand luggage through security and everything. And that was that if you're holding something in your hand, or you have something in your pocket, that doesn't count as weight because it's like your personal weight. So what we did is we took our rain jackets out, because that's literally the only jackets that we brought, and shoved like lots of chargers and cameras in the pockets of the rain jackets and like tied them around our hips. And then he had the big camera around his neck on the strap, and I had the GoPro around my neck. And we're holding like some stuff in our hands and everything, so we looked like proper tourists with the rain jackets on and with like cameras and everything around our neck. It was absolutely ridiculous. And because we didn't know if they're gonna weigh it in front of the boarding, we're like running around like this for about 3 hours for the airport, which was absolutely hilarious. And then in the end it turned out that no one really cared and no one checked the whole time, which was lucky for us. But yeah, everything went well. A bit more stress that we made us that was necessary, but yeah, that was quite good. And then
we got into Bali, landed, got off the plane, and then we walked it through into the kind of passport control, and now it's like a sea of people.
Immigration was.
It took an hour and a half from when we got off, or when we landed, to when we got through
immigration
control. And most of that was just queuing and queuing and queuing and queuing. Once we got through passport control, this is a message to anyone that hasn't been to Bali, we had a driver, which is the best thing you can do. So just organize something with a company, with someone before you land. Don't get a taxi here or anything. But even when you are with your driver, like he took Karen's bags and was walking with her, just keep your wits, because twice someone, for me, went, oh yeah, he pointed to our driver and said, oh, he's my friend, I take your bags.
Yeah, mine too. Like someone grabbed my luggage and I was like, what? And then like I took it back from him and I said, no mate, that's like my luggage, thank you very much. And then our driver that picked us up actually took it.
Yeah, so they will try and take your luggage, and then you have to follow them, I guess, to their car. And then things like that. So anyone that...
Yeah, I've been to Bali before and I remember that already, which is why we booked a driver to pick us up, because there's like taxi stands and everything in the airport, and like a million people that are gonna say, oh, you need a driver, we have a taxi. But because it's that situation and you can't really walk out of the airport to get a taxi elsewhere, they're gonna charge you like so much more than you would pay if you get a driver. I think if you go to Canggu from the airport, it should be around 250,000, which is what we paid as well, and what everybody else says it should be like. So that was really quite good. And then you're like settled and you don't need to worry about anything. There's gonna be a person holding up a sign picking you up at the airport, and you're all good to go. And then the problem was we didn't really have any lunch by then. So I just made some noodles super quick that we brought from Kuala Lumpur, and then we're like trying to get some dinner afterwards, but it was after 10 and everything was already closed, and it was like such a stressful time. But I have to say, we served it quite good in the end, because I was looking up the whole time he was working. I was trying to find somewhere to have some food later, and we found this really cute place that I didn't really understand what it was gonna be like before we went. It just had like good reviews and good food, but it was really cute. Like,
and then around the sides there was all these different kind of food stores, like Mexican and pizza and vegan and
burgers and Indonesian.
And then there was a bar, and it was super chilled. So in the end, it was a nice,
yeah, it was really beautiful. Like, you just walked in and then had like fairy lights all over and palm trees, and you can sit on these like big cushions on the grass, and there was live music and everything. So that was really nice. The food we had was amazing. We had some amazing Mexican food like quesadillas, enchiladas, and some nachos with guacamole. And I had a cocktail and new beer. So we ended the night a bit better than the day was, but it was like quite stressy.
So we've discovered after a few days these warung local places. The warung is what they're called, and it's kind of, it's where the locals eat, and if you're here, it's the best way to eat, and it's super cheap as well. It's not like going to a restaurant or one of these places that look like they're in East London. It's like a lot of the places are like touristy, but that you could be in East London.
Makes you feel like I'm back in Charlotte.
Yeah.
You wanna try it or not?
Try it. Let's try some of this.
What is it?
I think it's corn, she said.
Yeah, I think so too. And? Yeah? I'm very excited for mine.
But these wiring places are like super cool. You say what type of rice you want to the person behind the counter, and then you pick a bunch of stuff from whatever's on display, and they put it all together, and it's like £1 or something.
Yeah, I think that's a certain meal. It's called nasi campur, where they have like a buffet type thing, and you can just pick the different bits together and have like rice or noodles or something to go with it. So that's really nice. That's what we had yesterday. And we went to another warung before where we just had some nasi goreng and mee goreng, and that was really nice too. And it's so much cheaper than the hipster places, of course. I mean, as nice as it is, I'm not here in Bali to eat like avocado and toast every day. Even though I love me some avocado.
All of Bali so far has taken a few days to get used to the way that the way of life here compared to Kuala Lumpur.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say Bali, but I would say Canggu.
Yeah, Canggu, yeah.
I feel like so far, if you come to Canggu, it should be for the reason of either just wanting to spend some time on the beach or going surfing or something, and then if you want to spend like a lot of time in all the hipster bars and cafes and everything, then Canggu is just the place to go, or maybe a bit of shopping as well. But there's not really much to explore. It's an absolute pain to get around on a scooter or walking around because the traffic is just a nightmare. And like the first day we went on the scooter for like 10 minutes maybe, and we got completely stressed out because the traffic is like so difficult and it seems really dangerous.
Yeah, you gotta be really confident in your scooter skills.
So yeah, if you don't feel up for driving a scooter, yourself to get around, then maybe Chingu is not the best place to go. Like go to the beach, go to a coffee shop or anything, you can't really walk because there's no pavement. So you kind of have to go on a scooter, because we did walk somewhere yesterday, and we can probably insert a clip here. It was an absolute disaster. We were basically walking on the road, because that's where you have to walk in between all the scooters, and it felt even more dangerous than being on a scooter ourselves.
Which way?
I don't know. It's like the most stressful thing to either scooter or walk around. Everybody's just going everywhere. I mean, they make it look really easy with all the stuff.
Yeah, on either side of one part that crosses over a tiny river, there's a big drop onto the rice fields, and there's no. It's just a cobbled, almost a single lane road where people walk, and there's cars and scooters.
I don't know how people do it.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people have like accidents as well, like even if it's just a little one where they just like fall over into the rice fields, but still it seems like very dangerous, so I get really stressed out. I mean, it's not so bad, it's just the traffic, man, and we're like right in the middle of it. We're the only people walking around. Stressful people, stressful life. To make it look so easy, Bali, chill, no problems, as long as you don't have to go anywhere.
My initial, because I've not been here before, so my first initial view of Bali, of what I thought it would be like, is, you know, beaches and forest and jungle and temples and stuff. But where we're staying in Chengu, it's not like that. It's very touristy. It's very surfer, which is great if that's what you want, but it's not what I.
Yeah, I feel like it's a place to go on holiday or like surfing, where basically all you do is go to the beach and hang out in some cool beach bars and like cafes and stuff. Then you're gonna have the best time. But if you're traveling and you want to go see some sights and see some cool stuff, then like you can't really do that in Chengu.
Yeah.
But so far, I mean, we're still having a good time. We had some great food so far, and yeah, it's not so bad. And we went out this morning and saw a bit more of Bali. I've been here before anyway, so I know what it's like and I know where the good spots are, so I'm not really disappointed or anything. It's just different here.
That was easy.
Surprise, my friend.
Thanks.
Do you want anything? Oh look, you should get one of these and be like super surfable. That's the one I've got.
What size, my friend?
No, it's alright, mate. Don't
What
worry.
about bintang for you?
No, I'm fine.
Bali. Special price because I like the Baila, the legend.
Okay. So hard.
Mm.
I'm not sure. I have to think about it. Okay. Maybe I come back later.
This one.
I have a look. No, I didn't take it. No.
Why?
I was just looking.
Okay. Alright. We'll be back later. We woke up early this morning to go to our first temple which is kind of the only one that's relatively close by.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it's called Tanalot if you haven't heard of it. We got there about 5 minutes after it opened, so 7 a.m.
Yeah, it opens at 7, which is highly recommended because by the time we left, or even before, like by 9 o'clock, it was just full of people already.
Yeah.
And I've been before for sunset, and there was just like hundreds of people everywhere.
Made a friend. Hello.
Morning, everybody.
Morning.
We're out again, and we got quite an early start today. It's only 7 o'clock, but we went to the Tanalot temple, and you may have seen it already. It's the one that's located in the sea.
Yeah, early start. You can see the tiredness in my eyes. We biked for about half an hour, and then we're almost the first ones here. I think the first one's because there's a hotel. The first one's outside of the hotel to come here. Looks pretty nice, right by the ocean.
Yeah, let's just show you around. We're really excited. This is really why we came to Bali, not all the coffee shops and restaurants, but these kind of places. So let's have a look.
Alright, so we've been here for a little while. The tide's coming in. I got wet already, just from walking in the sea, but there's some guys, I don't know, this is the temple, and there we go. And you can see those guys sat there. Don't know why they're sat there, but this is what we came for. See just the end of the sunrise, and then the sea coming in. There's not too many people here for the moment. It goes all the way around there.
It's so beautiful, it's really worth going in the morning. I've been here before with my friend Max. Hi Max. But last time we weren't as lucky because we went in the evening and the temple wasn't actually in the water anymore. And there was about 500 people stood on the beach doing stuff and trying to take some pictures. But now the temple is actually in the water, which makes it even more special, so it's really, really nice.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, we just got to enjoy Bali a bit more than before, just because we got out of Canggu. We were riding on a scooter for about half an hour through like rice fields, and everything was like really pretty with palm trees and rice fields and everything, a lot of nature, so that was really nice. And just going to the temple, we had some breakfast there as well, and that's just the moments like we came for that makes you really enjoy traveling to Bali. Oh wow, how do you like those? Got some breakfast now. Oh yeah, I'm excited for that one. The coffee with the view. How nice is that? I bought this really cool, it's called Garuda mask. It's a mask of the king of the birds. I wish we took a picture of it. Maybe we can insert a picture here.
Maybe, hopefully.
Oh, sorry.
Carolyn did some pretty impressive haggling. I tried on something and they just said yes, so I assume that I did it wrong.
It's his first time though. I think he did well. We got a little dress for his niece.
And then we just walked past this kind of carving place where a guy was carving a whole bunch of stuff on the outside. And then we bought this one thing.
And it's made from like some really expensive wood and it's carved so nicely.
Yeah, apparently.
I'd love to show you, but it's all packed up in some bubble wrap now. Maybe we should have taken a picture. It's like this huge package.
Yeah.
It's because we thought we should get some souvenirs now because we need to send some stuff back home already anyway. And we're just gonna send some stuff from Bali before we leave and then not get any souvenirs anymore, so now is the time. And he lost these like really original masks that you can hang on the wall. And this is one of the bird king, and it looks so
king of the birds apparently, but it was some impressive haggling, down from 1.4 million to 800,000.
Yeah,
so
she had
bad,
to
right?
go ask the boss if that's okay, so I think I did well. Alright, that's it. Back to work now fast. Gonna do lots of editing. Yeah, just finished.
It's just gone.
Camera's gonna run up, so